See, every person looks at a problem in a different way. No two people will look at the same problem in the same way. Some people will find a horror movie very fearful. Some people will actually laugh on a horror movie, which is actually today true. Some people will feel, for example, if you look at news today, a lot of people will feel that they are feeling down, low, and all that kind of situation. So they switch off, saying that please switch off. I don't want to see newspaper. I don't see what to see. So that way you can avoid those things. But there are certain things which you cannot avoid. And these are the situations where, like, for example, in my life, so these are periods in life where we go through these experiences. And even people who have been in healing in this healing profession since 10 years, 20 years, I've seen them going through a lot of dark phases. And I, for myself, have gone through maybe 3 to 4, maybe more than 4 or 5 dark phases. Maybe after 5, I've stopped counting because I said that maybe it's just coming and going. So it's okay. So there are dark phases where you kind of lose touch with yourself. You will, anybody questioning you will start actually questioning yourself. Am I in the right place? Am I doing the right thing? Am I doing this? Am I doing that? So somewhere that self-belief becomes a problem. And that is where you can either make yourself or break yourself. So it's something like you're going through, let's say you're going through driving. Again, I'm using the same explanation. If you look at drivers particularly, during twilight time, which is late in the evening or early in the morning, experienced drivers also kind of rest themselves during that time, because it is neither dark nor light. Because in the dark you can see well, in the light you can see well, in the twilight you feel you are able to see, but in short, it's kind of a dangerous period. Or in terms of driving, even in terms of ascension, even in terms of growth in life, you will have a point where you will get into the twilight zone. So one is that in the darkness, you are comfortable with the darkness. This is what I'm trying to say. In the light, you are comfortable with the light. In the twilight, you are neither here nor there. So you kind of get into that situation where, what do I do? So either you will fall back in the dark or to the... So in short, there are many situations, like there was a lady who was doing Reiki. I'm not supposed to say names, but she was doing a lot of healing practices for close to 20 years. And she had gone through some real dark places in her career that she was somehow grappling with. Somewhere in her relationship, she had some very dark experience. And somewhere she started having less faith in herself. And on the verge of giving up practice, saying that I'm giving up my practice. When she did this process with me, particularly Maa Rashcosel, she has done some processes, but somehow not able to, it's something like not happy with the whole thing, not happy with herself completely. So when she did this process with me, this class, she actually experienced that, yes, what she was maybe 20 years back, the same vigor, the same energy came back to her. That is the kind of shift we are talking about here. I was also affected by some, I would say, mischievous beings who kind of were testing me. So for about 3-4 months, I became very lethargic in healing and things like that. Somewhere, I think my guiding, another major guide, the live guide, is my wife. She said that something is wrong with you. So, so I just actually sat back and thought about it, what really gone wrong. Then I just decided, I just took some steps and I came out of that within 3-4 days time. So these are phases which come in everybody's life. We call them the dark phases. They will come. You may like it, may not like it. If you embrace them, like today I'm embracing them, so I'm not feeling the pinch of them. If you run away from them, you know very well, right? If you run away from something, the thing follows you. So that is how it is. In short, that is what the dark phase is all about. And the moment you walk from the dark to the light, you will prefer light. Don't love light. You are good that you are happy that you have light. Even if darkness comes, don't leave your light. The light is inside you. That is the whole message behind what Maa Rashcosel put it in my mind. The light is inside you. It's not outside. Outside is just lack of light or light, whichever one. You are the light. So just be aware of that. That is the main point of this particular session about dark periods of life. Yeah.
So just to understand this a little bit, dark phase, it is not necessarily, dark phase is any phase of your life that you're down and out about or with. It could be a not so happening time in your workplace or your relationship or your health. It could be other energies also, but that's not the focus. The point is the fact that you're not functioning at optimum levels and your light is diminished a little bit, so to speak. So that's the kind of dark phase we're talking about. Have I understood that correctly?
Yes. In fact, I'll give you an example here also. For example, there was this person who was doing very well. The person, he was doing very well in his life. And suddenly his boss got changed. And his boss was very dominative and he was not a person who would, like, okay, you have done a good job. He will never say that. His meetings will start with, nothing is happening. So that was the motivation level with which he was used to with his previous boss. So here he thought that, am I really so bad? So he went into that low phase. And the moment he went into the low phase, things started getting more aggravated. He started faltering in the most simple things. And he started making unforced errors, so to say. So the same situation, if you put someone in a competitive spirit, a person who has gone through this kind of boss will not find it difficult. But a person who has been used to getting praise, if he is being abused all the time, he will find it very different. And he went into that shell and he was about to be kicked out from that company when he came to me. So I did this process and then he did the whole course with me. And believe me, this is completely out of the box, which I'm talking about here. But this guy has won over that same boss, the one he was running away from, because now he understood what he wants. Or rather, it's something like the light came to him saying that I'm running away from him. I should run towards him. And that will kind of break the ice, which is formed so much in between me and his relationship. Similar things happen with us in our career, in our life also. For example, there was this husband and wife, 20 years in marriage, 20 years. Suddenly, they had small differences here or there. Suddenly decided, no, not working. They have 17, 18-year-old children. No, not working. We will separate. So this went on. One of my students, she is her bhabhi. So she contacted me. Then I spoke to them and understood their views. I did the healing for them together. And then, in fact, the lady of that home, the wife, she learned this, and she is now in the last 3 months. They have, I believe, thanked me so many times that I have lost count of it, because they have actually understood that there was nothing wrong in the whole thing. It was just that the communication was lacking. Simple. He was not very communicative. He would not express himself very easily or very well. So sometimes, just saying that I love you is a very simple thing. But that person, opposite side, will feel that if you have not told them for 10 years, means something is wrong. Right. So something very silly, as silly as that. That is what came out when I was talking to them. That basically they care for each other. They literally will die for each other, but they are not expressive. So, yeah, sorry. So this is how a very simple thing can blow out of proportion.
And that is kind of how it always starts, isn't it? It's not
Yes.
the big thing that happened overnight. It's the tiny, tiny things that build up to that big thing, which
Yeah.
could be totally different. And you don't even
Yes.
know where it started.